welcome to the AM Report.
Thank you.
I think for many people
Thank you
on
for having
set,
me.
it's a dream come true that you are within a radius of their own presence.
The energy is great, the love is there, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
I think it's funny you say that because I think it bounces off from you.
It does, right?
Yeah,
it's what you give and you get it back.
Absolutely.
And it's easy like that.
You're competing with the lights in the studio.
You know.
As it were.
Yeah.
Look, you're bowing your head as we're playing that song. And I'm not going to ask you why.
I was like, babe, there's so many songs. Why this one? You know?
But it
just brings back great memories.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
And it speaks to what I was hoping would start to speak about first. You know, from Boom Shaga to Jiga Majiga, Yizo Yizo, Zone 14, more recently, Gomorrah. You know, you had some serious innings over your career. And I wonder what you put that down to.
Look, with all the moves, it's just trying to find excitement and challenging yourself and learning as much as you can and not box yourself. I think that's the reasoning behind doing all these amazing things. And you spoke about Boom Shaka. Remember, it was the four of us, my brothers and Leboy as well. So the idea of venturing or moving to the acting world was to really have to find my own identity, to stand on my own. You know, it was great. It was great times. We did beautiful music. Even people are still singing and dancing to our music. But also it was important for me to have my own signature and be known as Thembi Seete, and not just Thembi Seete from Boom Shaka, which I'll be forever Boom Shaka, you know. So that was the whole reason of wanting to learn and doing different things. And
what a success that's been, you know. And we take it for granted how much you need to dig deep in order to make those very important decisions. Like you mentioned, you're at the peak of South African pop culture at the time, a big reflection of where we were culturally in this country.
Yeah.
Many people would have paid a lot to be there. And,
I've been so blessed to work with the most amazing people. Yeah. I mean, my acting career, I started with Bomb Shelter. You know, recent project, Ishaga Ilembe, come on, think about it. Yeah. You know, Gazlan, Zone 14, and now recently with Gomorrah, Siriti production, and now what are we talking about? Adulting with, you know, Chetza.
Yeah.
So it's all great people. God has been blessing me with, you know, teaming up with the great people. And I wouldn't say it's my success alone. It's just working with the greatest and also staying as a student and learning more from them.
Yeah, and I was about to say that, you know, the hallmark of a real humble person is that they put a spotlight on everybody else around them and forget to give themselves props. I think your approach has also helped, right? I think you've actually been quoted as saying as much, you walk into spaces as a student first. Yeah. And that's how you kind of approach everything.
That's how you learn. Yeah. And that's how you stretch yourself as well. And I love acting because also it doesn't box you. It doesn't really limit you. You are able to explore all these people. You are able to be, oh, today I feel like being a nurse. Oh, no, I want to be a priest. Oh, no, am I just going to be a housewife, a rich housewife? So that's the beauty about acting, that you are able to live all these lives.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's Portia. I heard
and that's Portia. And that's Portia. It's like, I don't feel like working. I have so much money, I have to go and shop, you know.
Which is your latest character season 2 of Adulting. Yeah. Tell us about her, you know, and it's very interesting because I think Portia and Gladys wouldn't like each other.
Oh, no, not at all.
You'll tell me.
Gladys will have so much issues with Portia. It's just like, girl, you know. But she's a housewife. She's spoiled. She's got everything, you know. She's credit cards. If she feels like, you know, I'm bored, she goes and do shopping. But there's one thing that's missing at home. She's not getting enough attention, enough love. You know how when you're married and you want, sometimes someone needs to ask you, how are you? How was your day? You know, you can have a Porsche and a Bentley in a garage, but it will never give you that hug. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. We all need love and to be cared for, and you want that little love. But she's not getting any of that.
Right.
And for her to satisfy or to make herself happy, she's got money to buy anything and on anybody that she wants.
Right.
And I think it's very interesting, you know. I always say that, you know, with acting, there is no judgment because as actors, we're representing somebody. Right. The stories that we tell, someone that's watching you doing this character or portraying this character, they can relate. There's someone that can relate to what the character is going through. So there is no judgment, you know. I am sure there are ladies with money out there that feel like, okay, Wantima, okay, kiloreka.
In those words.
In those words. You know, so she is that girl that, you know what, I'm going to take control of my life. I'm not happy, so I'll go and buy happiness.
Sure. It's interesting you say that, because I wonder how easy it is for you to distance yourself from judging your character, like you just mentioned, right? Because, look, there is a moral standard in this society. People who make those kind of decisions are frowned upon. But your responsibility in that moment is to actually wear that.
Absolutely.
So that your portrayal is believable.
It's believable.
Acting isn't acting, they say.
Especially when you have done such a long series, like with Gomorrah, and you don't want to be closer to the character that you've just, you know, played not so long ago and jump into another character. But it takes a lot of preparation. It takes finding those little elements, small elements that will separate the characters that you have played to a new character that you're about to portray. Yeah. I mean, no one is born in Sandton. Yes, we want the lavish life, we want the easy life, but somehow there is a background. You were born somewhere in the township. You were raised a certain way differently. And it just so happened that life gets better, and then you move up to the north. So all those small elements from where you're coming from, your background, sort of shapes the person that you are. I mean, yes, you can be snobbish, you can have that slay queen kind of tone that you use, but how kwatika you know, and then those elements kind of like, oh, she's a real person, she's not plastic, I can relate to her. She just became rich because she got married to a rich guy, but give more to.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Since Pushawareka, it has to be portrayed in certain ways, that activity.
Yes.
And I wonder how that feels for you as somebody who's been doing this for a long time. Some of those intimacy scenes. And, you know, adulting, dare I say, is known in the streets.
I know, it is known.
For going there.
I remember watching the first season, I thought, whoa, what's happening, you know? But also at the same time, I got excited. I just felt, we need this on screen. It's fresh. It's what's happening right now. It's the world of 4 young guys, you know, that are trying to find their journey, you know, fresh from varsity, getting new jobs. One is not so successful. The one is very successful. The one is still stuck in the township. The one is married, but still wants the strat life. You know what I mean? So it's 4 challenges. These young boys are going through challenges, and that's a real life story. And with all these challenges, us Boposhia, we're getting into their lives and say, okay, let's teach you lives, boys. Let's show you how this world works. You know. So it's a very interesting story. But going back to the intimacy, it wasn't easy. Like I said, I always challenge myself and trying different things, and I felt this is also a way of sort of, you know, opening a brand new page and see, Thembi, what can you do? And also remember, acting, it's got nothing to do with you. You have to psych yourself up and say, this has got nothing to do with me. I'm portraying this person, and I am going to play her as best as I can. And it was challenging. Yes, we had intimacy coaches. Yes, after the whole scenes, after shooting, you come out of there, you wear your own clothes, and then you look back like, what have I just done?
What was that?
What was that? Whoa, you know? But I came out of there proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, I did this.
And you know, what you've touched on is so important. The need to be brave in telling some of these stories.
It's important.
I remember when we were first confronted with Yizo, for an example, right? This different way of telling stories in an uncensored way, and reflecting ourselves back to ourselves. And you look back at the impact that Yizo has made. We still speak about it today.
We still speak about it.
But it was because brave decisions were made.
And having to see yourself, not really literally seeing yourself, but seeing someone playing you while you're at home in your comfort zone. It's like, that's how I fell in love with Yizo, because I saw myself as one of the young school students. But I go through this as Thembi Seete at home, go Soweto. So when I got an opportunity to play as Hazel and Yizo, it's like, oh my God, I am actually playing my own life. And it's beautiful. That's how I fell in love with storytelling.
And here we are.
And here we are. And here we are.
The rest was history. What I also love about what the projects you've been involved in over the past couple of years, dare I say, is the cross-pollination between generations. You know, we've seen people that we haven't necessarily become accustomed to, younger actors who I think are brilliant in their own right, playing alongside, the legends, as they say. And I think in some ways there's obvious benefits for the younger actors as well. But I wonder what kind of benefits you reckon there are for people who've been doing it for a long time.
I love young people. And I think that's why I fell in love with adulting.
Yeah.
They come with something fresh, something new, something you also as an older person can learn from. There's ways, different ways. The number one, it's style, it's language, if you want to be within the times, they say, how do you stay current? It's because I celebrate young people, and I also learn from them. As much as they learn from me, there's so much that I also take from them. Look at how music has evolved. Right now, it's mapiano. You still feel the sense of the kwaito element and the house element. There's still that music, that piano music.
That footprint.
Yes, and they've taken it and they made it so fresh, so young, so beautiful, so current. It's young people.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that because some people believe you never age. And I'm here to confirm the allegations. Whoever's been wondering.
I don't know. I actually made peace with my baby self. I think I'm the most playful one, or the old one that's very playful on set.
It's working out.
And then kind of like, I don't know. It works for me, and it's easy for other people to relax around me. And we have good working relationships with people when you are easy and open yourself up and welcoming and warm.
Yeah. The mistake people make, though, is to think that people who are always upbeat and on it don't have challenges, which is the furthest thing from the truth, of course.
Yeah.
I wonder what your response to that would be. Thembi's always happy. That means all the time, in all places.
I think it's the decision. It's a choice that you make, It's not like I am always happy. I don't go through some down moments. I don't go through what people go through, I lost my mom and my dad, and I had a moment where I really lost even my voice, that I had nothing to talk about because my mother was the only person that I could talk about, that I spent my morning, day, evening like that from the beginning until her end of days. And I went through the downhill, and there's also other things, but again, you only have only one life, and make a decision, make a choice that you're going to live a positive life.
Right.
Yeah.
And anybody who I think goes through your social media will find a resonance of that in the messaging you give out. This idea of liking yourself, man, and putting in the work to like you first before wanting to be liked by other people.
Absolutely. Like our parents will say, Nana, first thing, when I love yourself first. And when you're young, it doesn't make sense. But the minute you understand that meaning, the minute you understand that, it's you first, understand it. But it comes with maturity. It comes with growth. It comes with experiences. It comes with everything that we go through in life, that you realize that, I have me. Let me love me. Once I am strong, I'm able to take care of my son and my family. Absolutely. And other people that I, come across with.
Yeah, without a doubt. Speaking about love, what should we love in Adulting Season 2?
Oh, man. Number one, new characters. Two, it's just the life of the young people that us poshiers and them, they come into their lives. And just teach them. Listen, this is how it's done, and it's going to be fun. Really, I don't want to give too much, but I am very excited about this one. Let me be honest. I am nervous and excited at the same time. Does it make sense? Yeah, that's what it is.
Without a doubt. Thembi, you are a mainstay in our industry, and it's so gratifying to see that you are nowhere near done. Thank you for speaking to us.
For inviting me. I enjoyed this interview. Hello. Hello.
Come back
Hello.
tomorrow.
Definitely.